Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we untangle the fascinating and sometimes wild world of corporate filings. Today we're diving into a company that is clearly making some big moves. Stick around because this one has a few surprises up its sleeve. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, if you enjoy getting straight answers and clear insights from insider corporate documents, make sure you are subscribed. We also have a fantastic community over on Discord. The link is in the description below, so join us there. Alright, so we're looking at a report from American Exceptionalism Acquisition Corp A, and let's just say they've been busy lately. This filing talks all about certain events that happened around the end of September. Essentially, this is documentation about the company taking a major step forward, and we're going to break down what that means for them. The big news here is about their initial public offering, or IPO. This is when a private company first offers its shares to the public American Exceptionalism Acquisition Corp, sold a whopping 34.5 million shares of their Class A ordinary shares. They even had some extra shares available because the underwriters, the folks helping them sell these shares, exercised an option to buy even more. Each share went for $10. This brought in a massive $345 million before any fees or expenses. That is a huge amount of money for a company to raise at once. In conjunction with this IPO, a whole bunch of important agreements were signed. Think of these as the rulebook for how the company will operate and how these shares will be managed. There is an underwriting agreement which covers the terms of selling the shares to the public. Then there is a letter agreement involving the company's sponsor, which is basically the entity that helped start the company, along with its officers and directors. This sets out various understandings between them. Another key document is the Investment Management Trust Agreement. This is super important for companies like this, especially special purpose acquisition companies or SPACs, which this appears to be. It explains how the money raised from the IPO is going to be held. Typically, this money goes into a trust account. The agreement clearly lays out the terms for managing that money and when it can be accessed. This is generally tied to the company finding and completing a business combination, which is their main goal. We also see a private placement shares purchase agreement. This is an agreement where the company sells shares directly to a specific buyer, not through the public offering. In this case, the company sold 175,000 shares to their sponsor for $10 each, bringing in another $1.75 million. These shares are a bit different from the ones sold to the public. They have restrictions on when they can be sold, usually until after the company completes its initial business combination. And if that combination doesn't happen within a certain time frame, typically a couple of years, these shares can end up being worthless. This structure is common for SPACs, incentivizing the sponsor to make a deal happen. Now, let's talk about the leadership. In preparation for and alongside the IPO, there were some changes in the company's board of directors. Jarza Thwal and Kevin Conroy were appointed as new directors. They've also stepped into key roles on important committees: the Audit Committee, the Compensation Committee, and the Nominating and Corporate Governance Committee. This shows a strengthening of the board's oversight. Interestingly, the sponsor also transferred some Class B ordinary shares to these new directors. These Class B shares often carry different voting rights and are part of the incentive structure common in these types of companies. The filing notes that the company will cover reasonable expenses for these directors, which is standard practice. To kick things off for this new chapter, the company also updated its foundational legal documents, specifically its amended and restated memorandum and articles of association. Think of this as updating the company's constitution. It outlines the formal structure and rules by which the company is governed. This is a necessary step to reflect the changes that come with becoming a publicly traded company. To share the news, a press release was issued on the 25th of September announcing the pricing of the IPO. This is how companies typically communicate major milestones like this to the public markets. And signing off on all of this, we have Stephen True, the Chief Executive Officer, attesting to the accuracy of this report on the 29th of September 2025. So, what does all of this mean? American Exceptionalism Acquisition Corp A has successfully completed its IPO, raising a significant amount of capital. This positions them to pursue their primary objective, to find and merge with another company. The agreements and appointments we've discussed are all part of setting the stage for this critical acquisition phase. The company is structured as a SPAC, meaning its existence is tied to completing a business combination within a specific time frame. The money raised is held in trust and will be used for this purpose or returned to shareholders if a deal doesn't materialize. The board has been strengthened with new appointments and the company's legal framework has been updated. The future direction is now squarely focused on identifying a target company and negotiating a merger. Looking at this from a Warren Buffett perspective, we see a company executing a standard SPAC playbook. The success hinges entirely on the management, S ability to find a quality business to acquire and to integrate it effectively. The potential risks are clear: failing to find a suitable target within the allotted time, or making a poor acquisition that doesn't deliver value to shareholders. The opportunity, however, is the potential to leverage this capital and the public listing to drive significant growth for the target company. What is your take on this company's strategic move? Do you think they have what it takes to make a successful acquisition? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown valuable, please hit that like button. It really helps us out, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of corporate finance. And don't forget to join our Discord community linked in the description for more real-time discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.